Says tonight, can you see the future? Well, I always tell people that a reading should illuminate what's coming in your life so that you can make the best use of it. Some people get very upset because we also have to tell them that free will is at bay. So something might be headed in one direction at the time of the reading, and then it might take a turn because of someone else's actions. That's not a cop-out for us saying that we're sucky readers. What's going on over there now?
We'll just turn his sound down.
Okay. That's not a cop-out for us saying that we're sucky readers and we don't know really what's going to happen. But people outside of the reading who haven't given permission for the reading to happen, i.e. a woman comes in and wants to know what her boyfriend is thinking, he can change his mind, and he hasn't given us permission to read him. So where she feels the energy and is pointing the reading may change later by something that he does, if he does something to mess it up. So if that's what you mean, Jack, that's my best answer. But if that's not what you mean, then ask again in a different way. And April, you're welcome. Naomi says she has a completely random question. And if it's not one you'd like to answer, don't feel any need to. But
that's always ominous, isn't it?
I think we're going to give this one to Amaryllis, because her question is, have you had any scary or creepy moments with spirit? And since you do all the house blessings and clearings,
yeah. Not any time that I did any house blessing, but when I visited the Vanderbilt mansion, there's definitely something a little scary and frightening down in the basement of there. So yeah, there's been times.
And some people have reported, some pretty serious spirit visits, right? Like they may call for a house clearing or just a smudging of blessing for themselves because they've felt they're being stalked or felt something nasty like sit on their bed even, right? I mean,
most of the time that I've had that question pop up during house blessings, it's a visitation from a relative and that person's just not ready to hear the message. They just kind of are reacting from a place of fear rather than openness.
Okay. So no matter what it is or how heavy or negative you might perceive it to be, there are certainly ways you can deal with it. You don't have to live with that pressure or that spirit or lack of sleep or being annoyed all the time. Naomi, we definitely know ways to get the upper hand or to make spirit realize that this is our incarnation and they're the visitor. So keep that in mind too, that you're really in charge of your incarnation, and if something from other is trying to harm you, you have the right to banish it.
Can I chime in?
Sure.
Just for a second, Naomi. Oh gosh, you're so right. There's weird stuff happens all the time, and we are just ghosts anyway, driving a meat-covered skeleton for the time being. Eventually, the skeleton meat-covered bit wears out, and we return back to spirit. But some spirits, are strongly imprinted. And I remember an occasion when Lisa and I used to go backwards and forwards from the UK an awful lot. And the one occasion we took a friend to go visit Warwick Castle. And when we came home that night, people felt something had followed us back. And I think the best way to try and describe usually what's going on is if you can imagine like being open to... I guess being open to sort of psychism, for want of a better word, is like you speak this really, really, really rare language, and across the room suddenly somebody hears you speaking this really weird language, and they come straight up to you and go, "Oh, you speak my language. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you." And so more often than not, there's a message, and as Lisa says, you've got to stamp your feet and say, "Listen, if I can help you, I will help you. But if you're going to start throwing crap around in my house, if you're going to start scaring people, my animals, my children, whatever, enough's enough. You just can't do that. So it's a good idea to, set the boundaries, just like you would with somebody who's incarnate, You wouldn't
Right.
expect somebody just to come wander into your house and start helping themselves do whatever's in your fridge, unless they're
Right,
part
but
of your
I
extended
think
family.
that was a good thing to touch on. If you were in a big crowd of strange people and you did hear your own language and you thought, oh my God, they can understand me, you'd gravitate to that person. And I think spirits do that too. They think, oh wow, that person is in touch, or they have a great way of speaking to spirit, and I want to be heard. And sometimes they get annoyed if we don't listen, and that's why they get a little pressured. Hi, Anthony. I haven't seen you in forever. Are you still touring around with Strange Breed there, dude?
Ideal. So we're also simultaneously on the Witches' Tea Party on Facebook, and we're also simultaneously on YouTube. Now, Lisa's looking at questions on the Awareness Shop page, and I'm looking on YouTube. So if you want to jump over to YouTube and fire a question while you're there, smash that subscribe button. We appreciate that. Oh, to rip off, I think, shamelessly, whoever says this one, we know you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're with us, and we appreciate that.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, Naomi, you're very, very welcome, and thank you for saying that those were good answers. And to anybody who goes over to the Witches' Tea Party page, you're going to see the link that'll bring you back over here anyway. So hopefully we don't lose anybody who's hanging out over there waiting for us to go live. I did post a link, so let them link up. Okay, Autumn. Hi, I'd like to know how to release all of this energy that is manifested in me as a lot of weight. I've had healers say it's for protection, but I just need to know how to release this, whatever it is. Well, I'd love to know that secret too.
Wouldn't we
So
all?
why don't you pull a card for inspiration for Autumn? Because I can't resist eating the cookies, and that's
Yeah,
my
because
problem.
Yeah.
I'm sat here with a plate of ginger snaps, which is essential, of course, with tea, but
All right, so this is for Autumn.
for autumn, fire away.
So for autumn, I pulled from the Gaia Oracle, and you've got the flame tree, which is the start of something new.
Oh, nice.
I find that this is more about passion because there's the fire element in between the trees here. So I think it's time for you to start doing some stuff that's going to bring around some passion. Go for walks, try working out, but also accepting the fact that maybe it is for protection and maybe there's something else that you need to start working on. Maybe you have a gift or something that you need to discover, and that will also become a passion for you.
I see what you're saying. Like replace the need for protection with something other than insulation,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll chime in 2 cents because we're just getting started here. I love flame tree. So this is all about fire. Fire is good. Raising your metabolic rate, and I think what you've done is somehow, if you'll forgive me crossing boundaries here, Autumn, but I think the protection that you've been putting out there is trying to protect against yourself. You've got like this evil twin on your shoulder who's
Oh,
just
the
like
card looks like that, doesn't it?
and kick him out. Kick him out. You don't have to listen to that crap. If you and I were the closest of friends and all the time I got on your case whenever we met, and I just go, what's wrong with you? Why would you do this? Just like you're doing in your own head, you go like, Anton, go away. You're harsh and mellow. I don't want to hang around you. Just go. You're bringing me down. The fact is, you're kind of doing that to yourself, kid. So if you can just like pull yourself back, chin up, shoulders back, and be proud. You're going to start to find that the energy that is blocked at the moment is going to start flowing better, and I think your metabolic rate will increase. So there you go. That's our 2 cents. Well, mine anyway.
Oh, I got itchy nose.
I got an itchy nose as well. I think it's the ginger snaps.
Oh, maybe we're gonna kiss each other.
Oh, hey.
Let me duck out
This
of
is
the
a
way.
this is a family show.
program.
It's a family show.
All right. Autumn says she loves that. Thank you so much. All right.
You're
well,
welcome
thank you.
so
Thank you both,
much.
Camarilis and Anton, for answering that. Yeah, no, I
Have
understand.
your card back. I'm sorry.
Oh, I do understand the need for protection because there are so many what we call like oogie people.
Oh, hell yeah.
yes.
Energy vampires.
And a lot of times the people who've come into the shop are just trying to come in there to escape the muggledom and the oogie people. So we have a big bowl of sea salt out in front of the store.
Yes, we
And
do.
we ask people to put their palms down on the salt and leave the negative energy there. Not that we think the people who are coming in are negative, but they may have been at the workplace or at the grocery store or somewhere where they really felt that they got things globbed onto them. So
In fairness, though, there is an absolute abundance of negative crap floating around. You've only got to turn on the TV or go on Facebook or whatever, and it's very hard to find that little place of sort of peace and happiness. When you're being invaded from all sides with everybody trying to bring you down.
geez,
yeah.
So yeah, it's
okay. Naomi says, Amaryllis,
Ooh.
could I have a card for family? I have a 2-year-old daughter, and a lot of the time I feel I'm not doing my best for her, or that I'm not good enough. She's got that little thing like this.
Oh, I think
oh.
See if that's possible.
yeah.
Out of the Gaia Oracle.
Out of the Gaia Oracle. Ganesha loves to clear away our blockages and obstacles. I think what you need to clear away is that self-doubt. I really feel a lot of self-doubt here. I feel like you're probably doing that Capricorn thing, knowing that I'm a Capricorn and I beat myself up a lot. I think that you're probably doing the same thing. You're being a little bit too Capricorn and beating yourself up. I think that, as long as your child is happy and healthy, I think you're doing a great job.
There's no manual.
No,
You
there
don't
is
get a
no
manual.
manual.
There's no manual for life, that's for sure.
No.
Trial and error. What
And-
works.
And Autumn says, it just clicked. I've let everyone in my life go because I could feel myself being drained. I can't believe I never thought of that. Well, yeah, just find a different way to get them off you.
That's why they pay us the big bucks, kid.
Oh,
Carry some black tourmaline.
that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Carry some black. I have black tourmaline.
We have a
in
small
each
piece
possible-
here.
Yes, a nice small piece there. And this is obsidian. This is gold sheen obsidian. I call that my scrying with the ancestors crystal ball. Jack Elliott, love the spiritual advice tonight. Do you guys have 3 ways? Meaning as in maiden mother crone, Jack? Mind, body, spirit? Or the 3 of us? Answering your question?
Bless him.
Please don't be trolling. It's just
Oh,
not a
d-
good thing.
No.
All right. So Hope, hello. Hope has just joined us on YouTube. So hi. Hope says, hi, my best friend Leo and I. Hey, Leos are great. I completely and I are Pisces. Well, my dad was a Leo. My mum was a Pisces. Anyway, my best friend and I, a Leo and I, a Pisces, grew up side by side, and it's time we make our promises true. With the twists and turns of adult, do you think we'll be able to make our friendship work? Ooh.
The 2 most dramatic signs of the zodiac.
Away! Come on, I'm not dramatic. I'm in a sort of amateur way.
Well, what do you think?
We'll pull you a card, shall we?
Winter's End. Regeneration, rebirth, a positive outcome.
Oh, nipples.
This is, yeah. These are the booby cards. But
Bring the
there's
twins.
not too much in here. What this is about is kind of like the springtime card for me. Everything is reborn. I think it's just going to a new phase, making the best out of everything, learning to work with each other's energy in a balanced way. I think it's about finding the balance to regenerate and rebirth your friendship.
So,
You got more over there?
a dear friend, Christopher Hughes, has joined us.
Christopher,
Hello. We miss
want
you. We
to
miss
come
you.
over again.
So, yeah. Hi, you three. Nice to see you all here and hear your voices. Love you all. Miss you. Miss you more.
We love
And
you
hello,
too.
Kay. Welcome. Yeah, we're doing great. Thank you. If anybody's got a question, chime in. But, yeah, Hope. Oh, gosh. You know, I think the important thing is one of the people that I have, even though he's no longer on this mortal coil, the most respect for was a certain fellow by the name of Stephen Hawking. And he said, even though he lost his voice, he lost the ability to speak. So he said through his little machine, for thousands of years, mankind lived just like the animals. Then something happened. We learned to talk. And mankind's greatest achievements have been brought about simply by talking, and our worst disasters by not talking. All we need to do is keep on talking. And I think that's sage advice for you. Sometimes we bottle things up. I think sometimes maybe you perhaps take things a little too personally and internalize stuff and let it fester, and it's almost like you've got the tape going like rewind, play, and get yourself all bent out of shape, when really you could just speak it and talk and say, hey, what did you mean by that? And
Release the drama.
yeah, exactly. Learn to communicate heart to heart, and I think that will see you through, because that's really and truthfully what it's all about. All right. Hey, Liz. We got Liz from the UK. Hello, Liz
Hi,
Stokes.
Liz.
Awesome to see you again. Miss you as well. And Kay's looking for her cat Onyx. We had a pussycat Onyx.
We had a black cat named Onyx. Yes.
Oh, so Kay's cat has gone missing. She's asking, will she find it? Do some divination for that, shall we?
Well, this is an interesting answer. The King of Cups.
Hmm.
Hi, Lori. He sometimes talks about time frames, which would be the Cancerian time of year.
Not
But I
far
would
off.
hope that you don't have to wait a whole month to find your cat.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like it wanted to go out and about looking and exploring things. And, the grass is always greener, no pun intended. I think it'll come home when it's tired of being on its little jaunt. So I do feel the cat is still alive. And he may be visiting his other owners. Sometimes they do that. So
That is true.
So don't despair, and use your intuition. Oh, Cancer time of year, you're the cat's mommy. Cancer is the mother of the zodiac. So use your intuition and go out and see if you can figure out where the cat would be. If you were the cat, where would you go? That kind of thing.
I have a thought. It's funny it came to me because seeing Christopher come on as well, and when Lisa just pulled the King of Cups there, I got the feeling of Bran Bendigeivran, Bran the Blessed, sat up on the rocks at Harlech, and he could pick up anything on the wind. He could hear anything
yes.
on the wind. And so somehow I've got this idea that, I don't know why, just put the litter box outside, because I think Onyx will smell it, and his nose is way better than ours, and he can pick it up, so it'll help him find his way back. All right. And hello, Jordan. Have you got anything you wanted to add?
No.
No,
We're good.
we're good.
I want to say hello, Lori. I'm glad you could join us. And hello, Holly. And I'm glad you think this is lovely. And Autumn is asking, what is a troll? And Naomi answered it. They're just people who come on to say rude things.
They live under bridges.
And they're wasting valuable spiritual time. So we hope they don't hang out too much. We'll see what happens.
I love it. So, oh, you're welcome, Kay. Most welcome. Jordan says hello, and she would love to know.
Where
She
her
doesn't.
ring is.
She doesn't really have any questions, but do we have any messages for her?
Well, Jordan, did you find your ring?
Did you? Do tell us. And what other messages do you have for Jordan? What have you got? Go on, Amaryllis. What you got for
All right.
Jordan?
What do I
How
have?
about a Ganesh card?
Yeah, let's
'Cause
pull
they
a
The
can
Ganesha
Ganesha
help.
card, the remover of obstacles.
I love Ganesha. Courage.
Oh.
What are you looking for courage for, hon? I think,
Look, he's riding a lion, and
He's-
she's a Leo.
yeah, look at that. The lion energy. You have to dig out your inner lion there, hon. You got to find your courage. I don't know what's going on that you need courage, whether it's, with romance or finding a new job or just having the courage to do something that's going to make you happy.
Courage is a wonderful word. It comes from the French courage. Cour meaning heart.
Leo's
Heart.
ruled by the heart.
So yeah, have a lot of heart, as they say in Welsh.
Leo rules the
Hoil,
heart, I should say.
hoil. So you are worthy, and it certainly wouldn't hurt you to set your aspirations a little higher. Subscribe and to the awesome stuff, not the negative stuff, and just go and be epic. And she did find a ring. It was in the car. Awesome sauce. We love that. We love
That's
that.
wonderful.
All
That's
right,
wonderful.
now Liz Stokes, whom we love dearly and miss.
She used to work at the awareness
She
shop
did
in Bishop's
in
Castle.
Bishop's Castle, which is just across the border from where we were in Wales, just over the Kerry Ridgeway. Which can anybody tell us who the Kerry Ridgeway is named for? I wonder.
Kerry, as in Carriage-Wen.
Oh, could be. All right, so she says, "Hi guys, can you help me? Just want some help on what path I need to take regarding health, relationship, and life. Miss you guys."
Well, that's
we
like
miss
3
you too.
questions. But we'll do
I
it.
would like to know about life, the universe, and everything.
42.
42. There you go.
All right, so can you tell us what's the first thing she wanted?
She
I'll do
said,
this one. The first one is
first one's health.
health.
You've got to have your elf.
To be honest, I think your health really is connected to your social life. And that if you volunteer or join some sort of group that speaks to you, not one that involves you to give a ton of money or a ton of your time, but just something that maybe meets a fortnight or something like that, where you get to meet some new people, I think that will help you very much. And because it is a health question, this card is connected to earth signs, the sign of Taurus in particular. And that would, to me, indicate that you might be eating too much flesh. I don't know if you thought about maybe going more towards plant-based diet or eating less like red meats, less lamb, less beef, like that. So that's the health question. And then what was the next one? Relationship?
Relationship.
Relationship looks like it's going to really come to a place of a solid footing. It's funny because this card is a money card, and I don't think that your relationship is contingent on money, but I think you're kind of tired at this point of taking care of other people. So you're kind of looking for someone who's more of an equal partner, or at least will, if you're paying all the bills, at least they'll do all the housework or something like that. So I think, again, communication is key, but really finding a balance of who's going to support who about what will be good for a relationship. And what was the last one?
Life, which is 42. The answer is definitely 42. You just don't understand the question,
Life.
Life, the universe, and everything.
Well, this says get passionate again. And it's okay to be really strong-willed and strong-minded about the things that ignite your passions. So life will move forward really quickly if you can connect with something that is your passion.
Coolness.
All right, now we've got a lot of questions. So,
All right, over to you.
we have Nate for you, Amaryllis. Nate wants to know if you see something going on in his work life.
Work life.
Work, busy, chop, chop,
Okay,
bang,
I think
bang.
I'm going to pull from Ganesha for that. Promise of the future. So if you were looking for a new job, I think it's about taking that leap of faith. I think this is kind of like the Fool card for the tarot. That leap of faith, you know, the bright future. Not really known, but it's all about taking that leap of faith. You just got to get your resume out there, do all of the things, and tell universe that you're ready, that you are ready to take that leap of faith, and that you're ready for this big bright future that's waiting for you.
Okay, cool. One for you, Anton. This Omar de la Vega. He says,
Hello,
"Hi,
Omar.
how are you? We are wonderful." He's wondering if you see him living in his current place long term.
I get the card handed to me. King of Swords. Interesting, this one. Gosh, how does this relate to long-term living in your place? I'm thinking it's a judgment call, to be perfectly candid with you. Because to me, the King of Swords is the King of Solomon. And he was the guy, Old Testament dude, who 2 women, 1 baby, couldn't sort it out. They both claimed the child was theirs. So he said, cut the child in 2 and give them half each. And the one woman said, oh, no, don't let her have him. It's okay. And he said, but you'll be the real mother. And you get the child. And he went, oh, well played, golf clap and all that kind of stuff. But he was probably the epitome of good judgment, But good judgment comes from bad experiences, but bad experiences produce good judgment. So it's one of those things. I really feel this is judgment call. There's a lot going for it, but there are some things that I feel you're settling on that I don't know. I feel there's that little nag of internal disquiet. So make a judgment call here. And I think, honestly, you are not a passenger in your life. It's up to you to decide whether you want to stay or should you go now, so to speak. There you go.
And I think you'll at least stay till September.
So she nails that one out.
So, hi, Stephanie. It's glad you could join us. And Tammy says that she just needs to come see us. Well, this coming weekend, Saturday from 11 to 6 is our psychic fair.
It's a big one.
Readings are just $10 for 10 minutes, or you could do 20 for 20, 30 for 30, or up to an hour for 60. And it is our 26th year anniversary, so we would love for you to come out.
Can you believe that? 26 years.
We now have, for Amaryllis, Mary, whose initials are SC. Mary says, hi, I hope you're all well. I'm wondering if you see school getting any easier. Should I go ahead and push through this, or am I really, better off looking for a change?
A hidden gift. It says sadness and ending, a new beginning. I think it's time to find a new path. Find a new study.
Okay, and now Mary S. wants to know if she will get the work of her dreams. Her dream job is to work to help find missing people. What do you think about that?
Interesting.
Do you want that one, Anton?
Why not? Go on, you're going to pull me a card, though.
Well,
So this is a joint effort.
it is.
It's a joint effort. Oh, hey, Knight of Swords. Don't be timid about this. This is really once you've got it in your sights, give it hell for leather, literally. Get out there, do it. Don't pither about. There really is, It's like meeting, I guess, the man of your dreams. He's not necessarily going to ring the doorbell with your pizza. You've actually got to go out there and get it, And I think, I don't know. I do think you'd be well suited for that. I do. Thank you.
Okay.
And Liz says, "Thank you, guys. That all makes sense to me. and was what I needed to hear. You're very, very
Cool.
welcome. You're very welcome.
All right. For Amaryllis, Emily. Hello, I've been trying to start a family for the past 4 years. Will our surrogacy attempt work out? Or will we need to keep trying something else?
The Nightwind card, facing your fears. So I think it's time to let go of your fears, whatever it is that you're telling universe that you're not ready for. You need to let that go, so then everything will work out. But also, this card is a big tree that's kind of waving in the wind. If it was very rigid, it would break. So make sure you're not so rigid with yourself. Take time. Realize that things are going to take time.
You're making lots of notes.
I got a whole list now.
Oh,
All right.
but we-
So Anton, you're up. This one is for Penny. She said, I seem to be going through a changing phase. Everything is changing, my body, my health, my career, but there's no clear path ahead presenting itself. I've always been a very driven person. I'm an Aries Taurus kind of energy, but I've lost my oomph. What is your guidance or inspiration?
Lost my oomph. Haha. The last word that you said there, inspiration. And I will quote a dear friend of ours who I know is watching right now, Christopher Hughes. He once told me, if you can't inspire yourself, how do you hope to inspire others? And it's kind of strange because...
It's an Aries card too.
Yeah, absolutely. It certainly is. But this is very much the King of Wands to me is about the king of not necessarily wishful thinking, but idealistic thinking. And I think you really need to rethink your thinking. I think your thinking... Getting really too... I mean, if you can follow me through it, I think you think. I think. I think your thinking has got quite insular and I don't want to say negative, but you've certainly been focused more on the shadow than the sunny side of the street. And one of the best ways, I think, to find inspiration, to become inspired yourself, is, oddly enough, by inspiring others too. It's like the little monk who goes to ask the master. He says, "Master, I'm discouraged," and he says, "Go encourage others." So you got to like hoist yourself up by your own petard here, to be perfectly honest, and really, let's get back to a good meditative practice. Again. Everybody should meditate for 20 minutes every day, and unless you're too busy, then it needs to be 2 hours. So get back there. Let's get you back to your place of peace and power, where there's nice, serene acceptance and calmness going on inside, and then really set your focus, because this is about just repurposing your thinking. I think that'll do you a whole pile of good.
All right. So Naomi says, sorry to be such a bother. But she'd had like one more question.
Yes, you did, Christopher.
Her grandfather passed away 8 years ago, and she wanted to know if he had any inspiration or guidance for her. So I think I'll take this one and we'll see what he says. Funny, I get the feeling of a really good sense of humored little old Italian man with much wisdom, and that might be why you're saying, does he have any information for you, because he really valued the way he told you things and the things that he told you. He's talking here, I think, about some sort of victory, like finally getting through something or knowing that you've gotten past something. Sometimes we never really get over it, and we do have little bits of it that stay inside of us, like you said, to kind of remind you of the lessons. But I feel like there's some sort of big victory happening for you, where you're on the other side of something, and he wants you to use your stick-to-itiveness.
Ooh, there's a good word.
And make sure that you do get to the other side. Also, I don't know why, I don't pick lottery numbers, but I feel that the number 6 is very important. So I don't know if he's trying to say when you see the number 6 on the clock, or when you see the number 6, that's his message to you that he's hanging around. So there you go. That's me.
Oh, Christopher says, I sure did. Yes, you did. We took it to heart. We did. All right. I'm still waiting on people here because
Oh, okay. And
you can ask questions.
Christopher also said, do your best in your own square mile.
Sage advice.
And
there.
that always reminded me of my dad. He loved the Methodist hymn, "Brighten the Corner Where You Are." So when Christopher said, do your best in your square mile, I kind of felt like that was a message from my dad. So Naomi, I hope that that you're inspired to watch for the number 6 and your grandfather.
Interesting enough, just as you said that, Mr. and Mrs. Cardinal landed on the.
Oh gosh,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
Okay.
They're
So
always
there's very much
messages
messages
apparently.
from spirit. That's wild. Okay.
So there you have it.
All right.
So who you got? Who you got?
Well, nobody's asking questions now. They're just
I could-
making comments like "thank you, thank you, thank you," and
Well, you're allowed to
all
ask
very, very
questions.
welcome. So you can ask anything you'd like. Naomi says, "Thank you. Yes, he was a very funny guy, and actually, he was a shorter guy. Thanks for making my night." Well, you're very welcome, Naomi. We really do love what we do, and
yes.
we might be joking around and making light of it, but we do take our work very seriously, and we try really hard to give the best advice that we can and not speak negative things into being. If you come to see one of us at the shop, we're not gloom and doom, and we're not going to say, oh my God, your Uncle George is going to die. But we might say, oh gosh, there's something going on with Uncle George, and you might want to take him to the doctor or get a second opinion. So again, we look at readings as a way of trying to illuminate what's going on in the person's life so they can make the best of those circumstances, whether they're golden circumstances and they can achieve the most highest good for them, or if they've been dealt a pretty crappy hand, we'll try to work things out so that it isn't quite as crappy,
Absolutely. I mean, nothing is ever set in stone. All you've got to understand is that a psychic reading gives you the ability sometimes, and it's not always a sure thing, I have to say that. But sometimes if spirit is willing and you're willing to listen, then you may receive a really valuable piece of information that can help you turn a situation completely around. But certainly it's you're going to have a horrible car accident is not the sort of thing we would ever say. We would say, like, you probably need to be more mindful of your driving, because at this moment in time, just looking at the energies that are going around, you can see that this might be indicated, but that doesn't mean you can't avoid it. It's not a set in stone, as I said earlier. I mean, it's something you need to take on board and, take hold of the wheel of the car, don't just go, oh, I'm gonna crash, steer. So it's that's the way it works.
Okay. Hi, Gloria. Glad you could join us. And Lori would like to know if there's anything her guides want her to know. So you want to take this one?
Sure. Is
It's
this
like
my
Lori.
Lori? My Lori?
I can't tell you. You're unbiased here.
Unbiased. All right. Well, we got Sacred Heart. So it's about getting back to passionate living. You gotta do the things that are making you happy, not focusing on the negative stuff that's going on around you. I feel like there's a lot of stress that you're focusing on, but it really needs to turn into something a little more happier. Do more things that are going to make you happy.
That sounds like good advice.
Do you know yeah, align with what makes you happy. Yeah, it's not a bad thing.
All right.
Darlene, hello Darlene, thanks for joining us. She says, hiya, any messages from my mum, dad or Betty? Thank you.
Gosh, we don't mean to get into a channeling evening. That's really not any of the specialties that we have. We speak the tarot or the oracle. We're not necessarily channelers. Hi, Melissa. But we can, see what we can do. Because Holly wants to know if there's anything from her grandparents as well.
Gosh.
So you said Denise Denise, what's Denise's question?
No, who we ever? No, Darlene.
Darlene. Okay.
Darlene.
And what was her question?
Any messages from Mum, Dad, or Betty? Darlene, don't apologise. No apologies necessary. It's just like it's channeling is
This
something.
is it. We don't want it to go that way too much.
Yeah,
but
it's not the easiest things to do, and certainly
not over like this,
over
yeah.
the internet or Facebook is probably not the ideal circumstances. It usually helps if you have an object owned by the person and all that kind of stuff.
Darlene,
but
what we'll do is we'll just ask if
there's a
your
message.
spirit guides have a message for you, and we can use a card that way. But we wouldn't specifically give you 3 different messages from 3 different guides. So it's your turn, I believe.
So I get thrown in at the deep end. Oh, I love this card. So I could even I'll show you what it is. It's the 6 of Cups, and this is a beautiful, beautiful card, and it's quite interesting because this be you, Darlene. This be you here, and you are focused on the loss. And this could be a physical loss. This could be somebody who's now departed and shuffled off into spirit, as happens to us all when the time comes. This is what that we do. But you're focused very much on the loss and oblivious to the fact that you're actually adored. And this guy, here, these are for you. These are for you. Take them. So I don't know where I've got this feeling that the message that you're getting is, I'm dead, you're not, live it up.
There you go. And now the same for Holly, if you wouldn't mind, Amaryllis. This is Holly, who wanted to know if we had anything from her dad or grandma, but we can just say, does her spirit guide have something she would need to know?
Prosperity.
Oh, Holly.
From the Ganesha deck. I think
The money's in the
You're
great
going
card.
to be provided for.
yes. Everything's going to be okay. I think you're worried about some money issues, but stop focusing on the worry, focus on it flowing in. I think everything is going to be okay.
That's a good card.
That's a very good card.
It's a good card. Can't knock that card.
I love Ganesh anyway because he's the remover of obstacles. So
Absolutely.
yeah. All right.
Well,
so-
Darlene says, wow, thank you. Oh, well.
All right.
Okay.
Well, it's just that we have to ask in a specific way. We would love to be able to channel. I have a funny story about that, and if we get a lull, I'll tell you about that in a little bit.
Funny, weird.
Funny,
Not
weird.
funny, let me tell you.
But right now, I'm going to do the spirit guide question for
Must be your
for
turn.
Melissa. It's my turn. Yep. So, what do Melissa's spirit guides want her to know? That she may be starting a new phase of. You might be starting a new phase of your life, Melissa, and maybe you're hemming and hawing about moving forward or leaving something behind, and uprooting yourself or making a big change is really, really difficult. But your guides want you to know that they're there to give you the strength to kind of make that change. So I don't know if you're in a Saturn return between like age 28 and 30, or in a second Saturn return. I have no idea of your age, which would be late 50s. But many times when we're experiencing something with Saturn or even in opposition, midlife crisis at 40s,
Midlife crisis. Buy a
Midlife
motorbike. Yeah.
sometimes we really need to make a big change. But uprooting ourselves and making the change is a hard thing to do. So don't be afraid to make the changes that will help you be better. Gloria says, I just bought a camper and there has been one issue after another. Issues with legality of the paperwork.
Oh.
The dealer made a $5,000 error, but it was in our favor.
Oh, okay.
There were issues that were supposed to be taken care of. And hi, Sadie, my little second cousin. Gloria, sometimes weird things happen. And I'm going to say that the error might have set things in motion to bring balance. So even though you might have saved $5,000, you may now have just to deal with the energy until the $5,000 balance gets settled.
Equilibrium is restored.
And don't you dare think that you have a dark cloud hanging over your happiness. just smudge the camper and let yourself enjoy it. And Melissa says, Lisa, I'm 29 and entering my Saturn return.
Stuff happens, doesn't it?
All right. But again, channeling over the internet's not the best thing to do. But Gloria, you're a wonderful person, and don't allow other energies of negative to come into your life. Just smudge them off, smudge the camper, go someplace beautiful, and just enjoy it. You deserve to enjoy it. But I think the weird error might have created a little bit of karma that needs balancing, and that's why there must have been so many things that needed to be fixed or whatever. So, but don't worry about it.
Maybe so. While we're on the subject of camping, Darlene says, "Oh, I think I'll go camping." Lol. Well, I think you should, and I honestly think you should pay attention to little messages that you're going to get in nature. I think it's for you going to church, and I think it's long overdue. Go to church, girl. Do it now. All right.
Nature church.
Oh, absolutely.
Not-
Nature is a
not-
church.
We're not advocating.
Big buildings. Oh,
No.
no. No, not
Not
at all.
our gig.
Do you have anybody? I've got somebody
You
here.
have somebody? Okay.
Yeah, Lisa G says, "Hi, beautiful people." Well, thank you.
Aw.
Thank you. We like to be called beautiful. Can you please pull a card for me? Well, I guess we could.
So, Amaryllis, you're up.
Amaryllis, you're up.
Okay.
My tea is nearly gone. This cup is defective.
Be candid with Ganesha. Just go out, have fun. Don't let the worries get to you. Really allow the laughter to flow. This is all about you just enjoying and having a lot of fun. Well, there's a lot of blue and green in this card, so I
gorgeous
feel
card.
like there's a lot of emotional stuff that you've been going through, and laughter is the best medicine.
I'd also add a tiny little spin on that as well. Being candid is about actually speaking your truth too.
Oh, it's the throat chakra.
Yeah, don't keep it all in. You know, speak your truth even if your voice shakes. Honestly.
Hi, Andrea.
Darlene says, "You're so right. Nature is my church. Tears in my eyes. Thank you." Well, you know.
Oh, so Sadie
good.
wants to know if she could have a card. Now, I know Sadie, so I would like. She's my my cousin, actually my second cousin's daughter. So I guess she'd be my third cousin or my first cousin twice removed. I'm not sure how that works, but anyway,
That works. It's so
she's
confusing.
she is a
I'm my own
beautiful.
grandpa.
She's a beautiful young girl with this gorgeous blonde hair. So Sadie would like a card, and I would love it if you would pull one for Sadie.
Do you want Ganesha or Gaia?
I don't know. You pick. Hi, Jennifer, and hi, Rosemary. Welcome.
Apprehension, moving out into the world. I don't know if there's something that you're thinking about doing, but go and do it.
I
don't
got
let your
chills.
fears.
I think she wants to get a job, and she's nervous.
Yeah, no, go and do it. Go and do it. Don't allow your fears to get in the way. Just don't stay up all night overthinking it. Just go out and do it.
Awesome.
Perfect.
So don't let fear rule your life. That's a great message.
It's sage advice, that, yeah. And Lisa G says, "Wow, just what I needed to hear." Well, you're very welcome. Thank you for asking. We appreciate.
Hi,
we love doing
Cassandra. Do you have any more questions right now?
this. Not right now.
Okay, so I'll talk really quickly about my story of trying to do channeling.
Oh yes,
Well,
I know this is true. I was there.
Again, I speak the language of tarot. And sometimes I will get spirit messages from ancestor spirits or guardians or, obviously people who have passed for the person that I'm reading. But it's not really my shtick, so to speak, or not something I'd want to do professionally. But I was being really pushed by demand. A lot of people really wanted that. So I thought, well, I might as well try to develop this. And I did.
How hard can it be, right?
Right, how hard can it be? You get to speak all these other languages, astrology, tarot,
What
runes,
could
whatever.
possibly go wrong?
So I did an open thing, kind of like this, but in the shop, where I invited people to come in by donation, and I would see what we would get. And I was under the understanding that whatever messages came to the table for that evening could be the benefit of everyone who showed up, like that group showed up to hear this. And I had a really strange night. I had like a Civil War soldier that gave a message, and the young man at the end of the table said, "Oh, I know that's for me, and it's, such and such relative." And the night went on, and all of a sudden, Andre the Giant, from Princess Bride, comes in with this big message. And the little girl at the end of the table said, "Oh, thank you, that's for me." And I said, "Honey, how do you know that?" And she said, "Oh, well, my grandparents had a dry cleaners in the city, and my grandma was a tailor, and she made all his clothes." I said, "Okay, this is getting a little freaky for me." So that was the last one of those I did.
Yeah.
And I went on upstairs that night because it was a big deal. I remember that Deepak Chopra and the Dalai Lama were going to be on Larry King Live. So we we were making cheese and crackers and had wine or whatever, and locked the apartment door. Took about 15 minutes to get ourselves ready, and then we went into the living room and shut the door, and we heard on the apartment door. And you said to me, "Did you lock somebody in the bathroom or something?" And I said, "It's been 15 minutes. I don't think so." There was nobody there. There was nobody in the shop. And that's the last night that I did the channeling thing. So, not my shtick. But if you do want to sit with an amazing channeler, that would be Lori. She's
Lori,
been with the shop over 20 years, and I have seen her do some amazing things. And I've seen her do some amazing past life readings too. So that if you, if you don't want to go for a big hypnotherapy session and get regressed into a past life, you can sit with Lori, and she can just look at you. And it's funny, we were talking about the Bishop's Castle store earlier, and she went with us on a little busman's holiday, as they call it, to England, and she did a gallery past life workshop. I don't know if you're still listening, Lori, if you remember this, but there was one lady that she said, "You're not Amelia Earhart, but you were like her, a pioneer in aviation as a woman." And the woman said, "Oh my God, when I was little, I used to try to jump off the table and fly, and I've been a stewardess because I love the air." And there was another young man there, I think in his early 20s, and she said, "Oh my gosh," she said, I have chills again now. She said, "In your past life, you were trying to be very much an activist, a political activist, and you were killed in Russia." And he said, "Thank you, because I've been so focused on trying to learn Cyrillic, and I have no idea why." So the past life stuff is really, really fulfilling and interesting. Sometimes we can answer questions through
Really is,
that
amazing
that we never ever would get answers for in this life. Like, it's unexplainable. Why do I have this weird fear of something? Or how do I think I already know that person?
Liz Stokes says, "I remember this."
Oh, do you? Oh, fantastic.
I think I was probably running the store or something. Jordan says, "Mum wants to know if she should leave her job." Who wants that one?
Oh, that's a heavy one. Okay. I think I will take that one.
Oh, there you go then.
With a tarot card.
Pin your ears back. I may need more tea.
Your cup has a hole in the bottom.
Oh, in the top.
Well, I have a card that represents Sagittarius. It's the Page of Wands. And Sag is the traveler of the zodiac, so we could see that as moving forward. But if you want to have a little closer look, you can see that this guy has a feather in his cap, and that's much like the Fool or the Sun or the Death card. All of them are about like reincarnation, faith, transformation, wiping the slate clean. And it also tells you that you do have that feather in your cap, that you do have tremendous experience with what you do. So I think you may stay in the same line of work, but you may do it in a more upscale way. it would be the difference of going from, waiting tables in a little bistro, getting almost nothing for tips, to moving to a beautiful upscale Italian restaurant and making $200 or $300, a week in tips. So think about where you might love to do what you do, and then you can always make that change. I do see taking time to work it out. Like it may be a couple of months before you find exactly the people that you feel are your clan that you want to be part of. But I think you're going to move to a new team in a more upscale kind of atmosphere, where the people that own the place or are your partners, you might even decide that you're going to go in as the person who's going to be a sharing partner. Somebody else might have the money and you have the knowledge, and they back you to do your own thing. But don't ever forget that you have a lot of skills. Sometimes we put a downer on ourselves and we say, oh, well, I only have a high school education, or I only have a bachelor's, or I'm too old, nobody's going to want to hire me. But I will tell you, as a business person myself, I would rather have somebody who's a little older, who has that sense of maturity, who has an understanding of work ethic, who isn't on their Facebook, phone, whatever, Instagram all day long, and who has built a reputation and a knowledge of their craft. So don't be afraid to change. Take steps. Look for your clan and do what your heart tells you. And I think you're going to be fine. I think there's tremendous growth for you over the end of 2019, the beginning of 2020.
Sounds pretty good to me. Can't grumble at that. What you got now?
Oh,
You're getting behind, aren't you? She's been talking a lot, so pardon us while we catch up.
Okay. Nancy, yes, cool, make an appointment, that's fine. I don't read at Psychic Fair, I work the desk, but Amaryllis and Anton are both in, and Anton, I think, would be more than happy to help you with that question that you gave to me privately. All right. Lori says, I'm here and thank you so much. I love what I do. I'm blessed to be able to do it with all of you. It can be hard because I'm dealing with so much.
I know.
I cry with you, and I love that I get to connect with your loved ones. Yes, she does the channeling, and she's very empathic, Lori is.
Yes, she is.
So if there's a really difficult situation, somebody passed through difficult circumstances or really needs to resolve something. Many times, I think Lori would agree that many times people come to her for closure. They want to give a message, not just receive one.
Yes.
So, okay. Do you have anything new over there, sir?
Lots of comments and oohs and ahs and all that fun stuff, but no questions.
No questions.
We're gonna start asking you questions soon.
Hi, Brittany. You're new. You're new to all this. We'll just ask us a question, and we'll do our best to answer it. And new is wonderful, because then you have that innocence and that untainted bliss about you.
I love that. Yes, not cynicism. No cynicism yet.
How does it work? Oh, sorry.
If you're watching on the Witch's Tea Party, we find it difficult because we've only got 2 devices to monitor stuff on. We don't have the world's supply of computers yet. So if you're watching on the Witch's Tea Party, if you've posted your question there, grab hold of it and post it on the Awareness Shop, or go over to our channel on YouTube, okay, and chime in there. Because those are the 2 we're actually monitoring tonight. It's so much easier otherwise. We just miss people, and it's nothing worse than being ignored, And if you're on YouTube, please just go ahead and fire away and like our page, because we like that. Subscribe to our channel. and say good things about us, because we're so insecure. We need people to bolster our ego.
Okay. Cassandra says that she has a birthday on June 1st, and she would love to see if there's anything coming in the future.
Well, happy
It's
birthday.
Amaryllis. A
turn.
Gemini birthday.
Two minds about it.
Personal transformation. It's time to make some decisions for yourself. Stop worrying about the people around you. And start doing things that are going to benefit your health, benefit your finances, and, make your own life better.
Oh, dear God. Mary S. says it's the other way around. Awareness shop's not being monitored. It's the witch's tea party that's being monitored. So that's not
Oops.
good.
You're on the wrong thing then. So drop off the witch's tea party and drop onto the
Well,
awareness
just
shop.
let me write down the next few questions. Good
Thanks,
Lord.
Mary. Gosh, we're so professional.
Well,
What could possibly go wrong here?
I was on the awareness shops page and it said going live and I just clicked on it. Okay.
Oops.
Brittany says my mom has gotten into stuff and I never believed in it. But I've been trying to watch as many videos and I find myself interested. Okay, well, all you have to do is ask a question and we would answer it for you if you would like. Lori says that she wants to come and do the tea party in the future, either for channeling or past life,
How about that? That could be a good one.
but she can't do that right now because she's really not up for it.
I know.
Okay. Brittany
well.
says, my birthday was May 12th. I just turned 20, and I'm struggling with some mental health and my love life. Is there anything that you can tell me? I think a Gaia card.
A Gaia card. Okay. Oh dear. Okay.
It's never good. Oh dear.
I feel like you're holding
away.
on to too many things from past relationships. You're hanging on to too many hurts that are holding you back. So you have to work your way through that, whether you go to therapy or you start just slowly allowing people into your life. But these past hurts are just going to block you from allowing anybody else in to love you.
Oh dear. Okay.
Well, should we be playing catch up now? Meanwhile, while we're doing that one, we got there. Adrienne, hello Adrienne, thank you so much for joining us. She would love a card for her love life, specifically, if you see me and my ex getting back together, please. Who wants that one?
She's gonna have to go for a while.
I'm going to go for a while. Okay.
Lisa's now playing catch up because apparently we've been looking in the wrong place. Oops. Sorry.
The hidden path. There needs to be a balance between you and your ex if you want it to work out. If you want them to come back, you're going to have to listen as much as you talk when you're trying to work things out. So you need to find that balance.
What's that one?
The hidden path.
The hidden path. Yeah. There is a way. It may not be immediately clear, but there's definitely a way. I think that's what's saying. Oh gosh, Liz Stokes says, I wish I was there, could do with seeing Laurie as I need closure on Dad, who I lost suddenly before Christmas.
Liz, Lori does phone readings and she does really, really well with that.
She does.
She's in on Saturdays and Sundays between 1:30 and 4 Eastern Standard Time, of course. She will be at the Psychic Fair, but she doesn't do channeling on Psychic Fair Saturday. But Saturday or Sunday, give her a call and she will be more than happy to help you.
So that's going to be between 6:30 and, what did you say, 4? 6:30 and 9 your time. But I would strongly suggest that you make an appointment, give us a call, or make the appointment over Facebook if you can't. If it's going to be a fortune for you to call us in the States, because it's you, we can call you. Just let us know, because we have this wonderful voice over IP phone system, and we can call the UK for just as much as it costs us to call in the US. So we don't mind picking up the tab for the phone call. All right. Aha! I switched over to YouTube. Well, hello everybody who switched over to YouTube. Adrian says, I love you guys. Well, we love you right back. Jennifer, aha, I switched over to YouTube. Well, Jennifer, go for a question then. Now you're there. Welcome. And you're writing down a million questions.
All right. Laura wants you guys are going to have to do the
Yep.
answering. Laura wants to know if there's anything about a new job for her.
All right then.
Innocence. Yeah, I take this as a positive card. Be playful about it. Get out there and just show them that you're ready for a new job. You just put your resume out.
I'll add 2 cents to that one, Laura, as well. That the innocence is the antithesis of cynicism. Where you've taken on board, I think, a lot of the crap that people have told you. Oh, you're not worth it. You're too old. You're too this. You're too whatever. Bollocks, to coin a technical English term. Have none of it, eschew it, and just, reconnect with that fun person who just wants to take their shoes and socks off and jump in a puddle. Have a lot of fun, go for it, and you will, you can be happy. You're allowed. Who you got?
Liz, how will she move forward? Liz, how will she move forward? Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I have about 25 now, Anton, so we need to pick
We'll
who's
pick it
gonna
up.
answer.
Well, you need to start cutting ties from all of those negative people, all of those negative attachments that you have. Walk away from the drama.
Okay.
It's cool. We haven't got time.
That's quick, yeah.
We're gonna catch up now.
Catch
so.
up.
Julie wants to know if she should stay at her current job or if there's something better for her.
Determination. I see.
Yeah, I'm feeling. Should you stay at your current job? I feel that you feel you should be doing better at your job, and you're not getting the recognition that you rightfully deserve. But I think you need to be less of a shrinking violet, and chin up, shoulders back, and state your case. Let people actually know that it's you that's done the stuff, and I think you will progress, because I'm feeling that's what the issue is with you. I don't think you feel like you're getting the recognition or appreciation you deserve.
Yeah, I agree.
My goodness. Jessica would like her message from Spirit.
The eternal dance movement. I think things will start moving a lot smoother. I don't know if everything's been a little bumpy lately, but I feel like it's going to be a lot smoother now. Just keep moving. Just keep trucking along.
All right. Adrian says, I've been feeling very crappy about myself and had horrible things happen. Do you see me ever being happy? Can you just pull me a card from the Rider-Waite deck? I'll do it.
Here, I'll give them to you.
All right.
'Cause
We'll pop them over here
Still
then.
going.
All right. Let's see what we got for you then. Queen of Pentacles. Nurture. Okay. So garbage in, garbage out. And you are feeding complete garbage to yourself at this moment in time. And you're actually poisoning yourself inside. Okay. You subscribe to a very negative perspective of yourself internally. And I really feel that isn't helping your personal growth. And it's certainly extremely detrimental to having you connect with your happiness. Happiness is a choice. I mean, crap stuff happens to all of us, and yet somebody's idea of crap stuff could be somebody's absolute salvation. It's all down to how we perceive it, and I think that's key with you. Is you've got to try refocusing very much so, especially internally, on the way that you view yourself. And this is a card all about nurture, and it's a wonderful, wonderful card. It gives, and especially for you, I think trust is a big issue as well. But if you don't trust, if you don't pay trust forwards, you're stuck in that sort of Mexican standoff from the get-go. So yeah, bit of work for you internally. Who we got next?
Cindy, she would like a message.
Like a message, okay. Openness. Wow. I think it's time to start talking to your guides and guardians. I think you can get the message for yourself. You just have to open yourself up to listening and recognizing the signs from them.
All right. Jennifer would like a card pulled for me about my relationship. I think I'm losing my mind. Well, of all the things I've lost, I miss my mind the least because, I lost my mind. Go for it.
The loss card. I think you're focusing too much on the drama and the fighting and the grieving part of it. I think it's time for you to resurrect yourself, resurrect your relationship again. It's let go of the drama. Just there's a lot of drama lately.
And Lee, I did answer your question. You'll have to go back. Jordan asked it for you. So I thought maybe Jordan asked it for you because you didn't want anybody to know you were asking it. All right. Cindy, that's the one we did? We just do Cindy? All right. So Dana wants to know, will her husband leave the house?
Oh, it's really...
Your turn.
And you guys got to step it up
It's
because we're about
apparently
25
me.
behind and it's 6:42.
Respect the sisterhood. Get some friends to come help you out here. Okay. I think you've got a problem. I understand that entirely. Seek professional advice and seek solace in the sisterhood. All right. I don't want to. I think this one's a bit not really for public consumption, but I'm on your wavelength. Go for it.
That was Dana's husband leaving the house. Okay. Lucy wants to know if there's any message for her.
It's time to reconnect with your own spirit, time to work on your spirituality, recognize the lessons that you've learned.
Jordan would like to know if you see a certain Libra in my future. Who's going to do that one? Do you want me to? Are you busy?
Yeah.
Okay. A certain Libra in your future. King of Pentacles. This looks like Taurus to me. I don't know. But that's the exact... I don't know, Libra, Taurus, it's not quite an opposition,
They're
but
both Venus ruled.
yeah, but it's
Libra
about,
and Taurus are both ruled by Venus, and
Yeah.
that's a fantastic pairing. My mom and dad were Taurus and Libra.
so, okay, there you go. Whatever.
But she's probably asking that because I probably told her to look. But is that Jordan?
Yes.
Oh, Jordan's not a Taurus.
No, I know, she's a Leo.
She's asking about
Yes, Kelly Marie, we did see now finally your question, but we're about 25 behind.
We're
so.
catching up, slowly.
All right, Amaryllis. Lorraine is having a lot of job stress and she wants some insight as to whether she should stay with that job or change.
Change. This is a transformation card. You're sleeping on a whole lot of stress, honey. It's time to change that job. Find something that's going to be more relaxing and something that's going to be more fluid with you.
What we got now?
Adrienne wants to know about her love life.
We answered Adrian on, if it's the one I think it is. Do you have a last name there? Does it start with a P?
I would have to go back about 20, but I'm
Yeah.
looking.
It's possible
Adrian
she
Lynn.
came over. No, different one. Sorry.
Adrienne Lynn, can you pull a card about my love life?
Different one then.
Ocean of eternal love. I
Oh,
think
that's pretty good.
as long as
Doesn't suck.
doesn't suck, but it's also about loving yourself, doing some self-nurturing, doing some emotional cleansing through some artwork and stuff like that. So I think it's on its way. Just do some healing work.
Yeah, I think sometimes we all need a little cathartic moment, you know.
Yes.
So let it go, let it out.
Hi, Lita. Judy wants to know, please, if she could have a card with a message. That's you, Anton.
Oh, sorry. The number you've reached has been temporarily disconnected. What was the question?
If there's a card with a message.
Oh, this is a bloody great
Magic,
message.
yeah, this
the
is for
magician,
Judy.
I can't help every time I see this card to say the mantra: "As above, so below; as within, so without; as the universe, so the soul." This is about aligning entirely with what it is that you seek to attract to yourself. It's as you put out, so you'll receive. So if you focus on the crappy stuff, you're going to get crappy stuff. If you focus on struggle, you're going to get struggle. Guess what happens when you focus the other way on ease and achievement and all that fun stuff? That's your answer.
All right, Amaryllis. Tina would like to know what she needs to know and if you could tell her what might be coming up for her this summer.
I'm going to use the Ganesha card because that's more likely to give me a little
path, yeah.
A little path.
Insight, yeah.
Yeah. Guidance.
Ooh.
Yeah, the guidance is about connecting with your higher power, working on your spirituality, doing some meditation work, opening up and listening and looking for signs, doing some reading.
Oh, you can find a lot out by reading.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it doesn't kind of show you the mysteries, but it does lead you on a rabbit hole that can show you the mysteries.
Yeah.
All right. Anton, Stephanie, a message from her guides, please.
All right, let's see what we got for Stephanie. The Hierophant. Oh, this is about the lesson. This is so funny. I read this just earlier today as well as one of the precepts of Sanskrit spirituality, and that, there are no mistakes, only lessons, but the lesson will be repeated until learned. And I think where you're at kind of right now is it's like, oi, oi. And it's going to turn into a bit of Clubifor around the side of the head if you don't stop struggling against the very thing that your soul desires to learn. So chill your jets, cool your jets, whatever you say, and just serene acceptance, bin the struggle, and learn the lesson. Okay?
All right. Amaryllis, Kelly Marie, a card with a message, please.
Reflection, doing some self-examination. This is about really learning to find the light in yourself, finding the good things. There's a lot of stars around here, so I think it's more about finding things to be hopeful about. So be kind to yourself.
Sage advice. Be kind to yourself.
Be kind to yourself, coming from a Capricorn.
Okay. I apologize if I pronounce your name wrong. I think it's Lavinia, and she said she needs information about her love life. Recently, she's left her husband, and she wants to know how things are going to work out.
Okay, and who's doing that one?
That's you.
It's always me, isn't it?
Lavinia's love life.
Lavinia's love life,
Hi,
the
Kay,
Empress.
and thanks, Lita. I love that you tune in.
Okay, so the Empress. This actually is a really, really, really beautiful card. There's so much here. We've got, first off, this is the Venus symbol here, but if you look at it, it's like a little mirror. And so, hold up that mirror, look at yourself in there, and love what you see. Because I think that's so, so important. This card epitomizes elegance and beauty, and really that's you need to align with that, and if you'll forgive me, kind of bin the sort of self-loathing that's been festering inside you for quite a while. Really, go with the flow, and this is a really abundant card as well. We have a whole field of grain in front of this, the corn. This is currency, okay? So if you're concerned about struggling financially, don't be, because you're not going to. It's going to be okay. Just really get in front of that mirror and give yourself a damn good talking to.
And that sign of Venus, I think, says that her love life is going to be wonderful again soon.
Yes, because it's a little heart as well, which is wonderful. It's in that little heart.
It's in a little heart. All right. Amaryllis.
Yes.
Semej. Love.
Semej.
Hey, Semej.
Start of something new, the flame tree.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a soulmate looking card.
That is a soulmate looking card. A very good, very passionate card for, there's that big fire in the middle of the two trees, and the trees always represent people to me. So yeah.
Yeah, baby.
A nice passionate relationship on its way.
Oh, say no more. Say no more.
So we're coming up for 7:00, and we're probably going to run a little bit late, but I think we're going to stop taking questions because we still have quite a few left.
Right.
Anton, you're up with Denise. Is there a light at the end of the tunnel? There's too many questions for her to ask, and she'd just like to know if things are going to get better.
Well, first off, Denise, yes, the light at the end of the tunnel is not the headlamp of an oncoming train, but this, I'm afraid, is very much about growth. And whenever I see, this is actually one of my favorite cards of the Three of Pentacles. It speaks to me of a very much of a higher purpose. This dude here wants to build an incredible edifice for his god, doesn't know how to go about it. Gets this guy here who nowadays would turn up in a Saab or a Volvo or something. He's the architect and with the fancy clothes, and he makes the plan. And this guy here, he's the master mason. And between them, look what happened. Not one of them, not one of the three components could achieve it all by themselves. And that's why the three is particularly important. But to get down to the down and dirty with this, Denise, for you, the most important thing that you can have here is idea, plan, action. I'll say that again. Idea, plan, action. You know what to do.
All right. Lucy would like to know if the bakery is going to sell.
Well, they sell cakes.
Revelation. I believe so. I believe so. I think it'll start revealing itself to people. I think you just have to put it out there a little bit more. Let people know that you want to sell it. So.
Okay, Anton. Jessica is feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and she wants to know, should she stay with the job she had or try to get a new job? She's kind of having a little bit of fear over making this decision.
All right then. First off, to thine own self be true. There's this dude, the hermit here, very, very wise, tremendous innate wisdom. But what you've got to do is separate yourself from the madding crowd. That doesn't mean become a recluse. It just means take your own counsel. Go within, be still, be silent, and really listen to your inner voice. Because what you have here in your hand is the light of the emerald tablet, of which part of it is as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul kind of thing. So yeah, manifestation, it's there. The way is there, clear for you to see, if you will just go within and listen to your inner wisdom.
And I see the hermit as a contract, so I think you're going to get a job with a really good guaranteed income.
That's nice.
All right.
Not
So
too
I feel
shabby.
like I've been out of the loop.
Oh, I think we should give you the cards.
So Cecilia says she wants to know what the next step is for her, and how does she move forward? How does she get the wall down?
Big hammer.
Wow. Well, you get the wall down a piece at a time, and we are human. We learn from things that happen. If we touch the stove and we get burned, we don't want to touch the stove again. But what happens is we kind of get into this space of holding our past against our future. We think, well, that happened before, it's bound to happen again. And, I'm just going to protect myself now because I don't want that to happen again. But really what we should do is look at the experience and understand what we learned from it, because we won't step in the pile of poop again if we know what poop looks and smells like. So, again, I'm not trying to make light of it. So Cecilia, I think, take what you have, take your knowledge, and move forward in spite of your fear, and just know that you're headed in that direction. You're not headed you're not headed backwards, you're headed forwards. Use your experience to your highest good, not as your detriment.
Coolness.
Okay. Amaryllis, Ashes wants to know if there's a message from a spirit guide.
Message from a spirit guide. They want you to start nurturing yourself. This is Ganesha with his mother. So I think it's more of starting to nurture yourself in a mothering way. So the things that you need that you're not doing for yourself, the mani-pedis, spa days, you don't have to do all of the expensive stuff. If you feel like you need a cup of tea, make yourself a cup of tea. Make yourself that chicken noodle soup. You need to start doing some stuff that'll make you feel good.
Okay. Anton.
Years.
Lee wants to know if you do sense her dad around her. I think he's around her and the other two people in her.
Yeah, I think we got 3 ladies here, and I know this is I don't know. I feel that drink a cup in his honor. I just feel that. Okay, this is cause for celebration, not for sadness. So maybe he's digging it.
Okay, sorry. Amaryllis,
Yes.
can Kat have a card about her love life?
The love life.
Oh, Kat. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Have several.
Try out all of the opportunities.
Oh,
There's
lordy.
open up the communication though. There's a lot of hearts up in the air here on Surrounded by Blue. Open up the communication, but definitely try out the opportunities. If one doesn't work out, you can always turn around and try something else out.
Okay. And I know you just went, but we'll let you go
Okay.
last because we're coming up on 7.
Okay.
We got 3 minutes.
And
3 minutes.
Sweetie wants to know, will she get the job that she's hoping for?
Dun, dun, dun.
Divine support.
Oh.
I think that, universe and your guides are working with you on this. So yeah, sweetie, I think you're definitely going to get that job that you're looking to get.
Sounds like a winner there. It's
Yeah.
Om, and yeah. So Om says just meditate on it, focus on it, and you'll get the support you need.
Manifest it.
Yeah. All right. So, believe it or not, that was an hour and a half. And actually a little bit more than that because we did start a few minutes early.
We apologise. We were
On the wrong wall there.
Yeah. little technical. We'll get better at this. Your support helps. We do thank you. Do like us, follow us on Facebook. Do like us, follow us on YouTube too. And we have a lot of fun doing this. And really, thank you so much
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's our
Yes,
pleasure.
thank you so much for coming out. Now, Amaryllis reads at the shop on Tuesdays and Fridays by appointment, and most psychic fairs, but she's going to take on the task of manning the desk with me this coming Saturday, so she won't be reading this coming Saturday.
Abject chaos.
But that said, in case you were wondering who is going to be reading at the psychic fair, Anton will be reading, Avalon, Rogan, Maria, Lori will be there for part of the day, Hannah, and I think, and Lyric. So there'll be 6 readers to choose from, and just come on out. Readings are $10 for 10 minutes, or you can book 20 for 20, 30 for 30, or up to an hour for $60. We don't take any appointments on Psychic Fair Day. It's walk-ins only, cash
too
only.
chaotic, yeah.
But thank you all for joining us, and catch us next month. The Facebook Live Tea Party is always the 3rd Wednesday of the month. And then the other Wednesday nights, we have an online tea
Yes, we
that
do.
Amaryllis hosts, where you can ask a question on the Witches Tea Party page, and she'll pull a card for you, or some sort of a crystal or a rune or whatever we're working with that night. And then you all participate in each other's readings as a way of making a donation. So that's the Wednesday nights that we don't have the Facebook Live tea.
Absolutely.
All right.
So thank
And
you.
hi, Eleanor. I'm sorry you're a little bit late. We're just signing off, but
yeah, we are
go
signing
ahead
off.
and watch the whole thing because
There
sorry.
are messages, absolutely.
Right, that's what I was
as-
going to say. Whoever shows up, when you listen to whatever went on tonight, that the messages that were given for someone else's question, or information that's a little more spiritual and not maybe specific to that person, you can probably find something that will speak to you, that will help you make a choice or decision. So if you've come on to the Witch's Tea tonight, go back and listen to everything and
Absolutely.
see if some of that wisdom from Spirit could help you with some decisions and choices that you're making. And thank you again. Thank you both very much.
Yeah.
I know it's a lot of work,